AFC South, I feel really good about my pick now. I really like the Texans. I like everything about what they're doing. Jaguars, best roster, I believe Trevor Lawrence has had, and he is healthy. I still don't know if Anthony Richardson's style lasts in this league. Titans, I don't think, are very good. AFC West, here's the thing.
Okay. Well, that was very quick for the AFC South. He kind of just brushed right over there. So let's talk about the AFC South. I absolutely have the Texans winning this division, but I have the Colts ahead of the Jaguars. I believe in what Shane Steichen is doing, and AR, if he stays healthy, you're right, I have no idea if it will last in the NFL either, or if he can just last in the NFL just from a health perspective. But I believe in Shane Steichen, and I believe that if AR can stay healthy, this is a big if he can actually stay healthy, then I got him above the Jaguars. If he gets banged up and, he's kind of go in on the lineup, then I say the Jaguars take that. But I believe in Shane Steichen's ability to the type of skills that AR has, that he will win some games. That he will absolutely win some games. And can even fight for a playoff spot. We've seen him do it without that, with Gardner Minshew. If he's fighting for playoffs with Gardner Minshew, imagine what he can do with a potential, top-level NFL quarterback, which I'm not saying he is or he isn't. For AR, I don't know. We have such a limited sample size of him, but the guy is a raw athletic freak, and for the most part, you get at least one great season out of those guys. Especially when you combine them with a great offensive mind. That's the way how I'm kind of looking at it. We didn't really get to see him, but when you have someone who is athletically gifted as he is, when you combine them with at least decent enough weapons and just a decent enough team in general, and you actually have a legit bona fide offensive mind in the room, preferably your head coach in Shane Steichen, I just think that you're guaranteed to at least get the one season where you really can do things that everyone's like, wow, what was that? Think RG3's, first year. Think Lamar Jackson. Like, you always get at least this one season where they're just like, what was that? That was wild. And look no different than, look what Shane Steichen was able to do with Jalen Hurts. Herbert. I mean, you just get an actual full year and he can light the league on fire. And again, whether that ends up being able to be sustained, whether because of injury issues or just style of play in general, it's irrelevant for just this season right now. That's why I'm not trying to look at the big picture for the Colts. I'm just trying to talk about, like, what can they achieve today. And if you take one thing away from this video, you'll learn that I am just a massive Shane Steichen fan. And he goes very underappreciated because he's not with one of these big fancy, media darlings like the 49ers, like the Eagles anymore, right? Like it's the Colts, and they don't get a lot of attention in the national media, and so Shane Steichen is not talked about enough, quite frankly. But he is clearly top level, and it's just going to be really interesting. And it's not to say that I'm low on the Jaguars. I do believe that Trevor Lawrence can be a legitimate quarterback and a top quarterback in the NFL. I do believe that, but if AR proves to be a actual quarterback in the NFL, I will take Shane Steichen and AR over Doug Peterson and Trevor Lawrence. That's what it gets boiled down to for me. But the Texans, to me, are stacked. They really are stacked. I believe in CJ Stroud. I believe in their OC, Bobby Slowick. Believe what they're doing defensively. They went all in. They remind me consistently of the 22 Eagles, speaking of the Eagles, and they went to the Super Bowl. So make no mistake about it, whether you're a Colts or Jaguars fan, the Texans are for real. Do not underestimate them. Do not come out here and say, oh, they had an easy schedule, this, that. No. They are a great team, and you have to just face it. Yeah, you have to face that reality. They are a great team, and it's okay. It's okay. If you want to be a great team, then you got to beat them. You're not great if you beat bad teams. And Titans, no. A lot of Titans fans are trying to convince me that the Titans are for real and they're making moves this season. I feel bad. I know you want your team to be legit this year. I do. I get it. You are making some decisions that I think can be putting you in a more positive direction, but it's just the Texans are light years ahead of you. The Jaguars and the Colts are also big, gigantic steps ahead. At best, I think this season the Titans can try to close that gap and get some momentum going, but let's be serious here. You have no idea if your head coach is going to be your head coach for the next 5 years. You have no idea if your quarterback is going to be your quarterback for the next 5 years. That alone is like you're just figuring it out this season. So yeah. But yeah, so I'll have the Texans, the Colts, the Jaguars, and the Titans. But those are just my thoughts. I would absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think? Who do you think wins this division? And if they don't win the division, who do you think that they still have a chance to make the playoffs through the wild card? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me. Either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I would absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much, and see you next time.